You know, we all want to know who we are, where we're from, and these big life-altering questions seem to have an easy answer today.
Yeah, genetic tests can give people a window into their past, from their family history to their future health. But it's not without some risk. iTeammate Stephanie Zepelin has a warning for consumers.
Yeah, these tests seem commonplace, even ubiquitous. Everyone knows someone who's taken them. But we want to let you know straight from an attorney the risks you could be taking on.
These pictures are the only place Carolyn Phillips can see her mother.
Cancer has touched my life in a lot of ways.
Jan Cruikshank passed away about 8 years ago.
My mother had colon cancer, had breast cancer, which ended up taking her life. And her mother also had breast cancer. So it is something that has followed us in the family.
Cruikshank's dying wish was to be tested to see whether her children would inherit the cancer already destroying her in this photo. She did not live to see the results.
The nurse who knew that she had the test let us know that 2 days after she passed, the test did come through. And it was negative for one type of genetic strain of where you have breast cancer.
Phillips was relieved her mother did not have the BRCA1 gene. That's the same gene brought into the public eye when Angelina Jolie revealed she tested positive for it. But breast cancer is not the only inherited disease in Phillips' family. So taking one of these tests is something she's been considering. She was mulling it over when we scheduled this interview.
I haven't gone through with it, though. That's kind of, for me, a big step to actually, you do give up a portion of yourself when you do that. So it's not something I have done yet.
And when we told her what we learned, she was glad she had not done it.
A lot of people that are taking genetic testing don't think about the repercussions. They're just kind of curious and interested, not because of real health concerns.
This class and next class.
Seema Mohapatra is an associate professor of law at IU. She teaches genetics law and bioethics. The biggest issue she sees with these tests?
If their results come out that there is something that is maybe perhaps an abnormal screen, they don't realize that they could be discriminated against with life insurance companies, some disability insurance companies, and long-term care companies.
Gina, the Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act is a federal law that protects against discrimination based on genetic information. But in most states, including Indiana, it only applies to employers and health insurance.
If a long-term care company or a life insurance company wants to ask that, in many states, they are totally allowed to do that.
This is my ethnicity estimate.
Beverly Brannon and several of her family members gave their DNA to Ancestry.com in hopes of learning more about their family. She was surprised when we told her about the potential problems with mail-in genetic tests.
I don't think it's fair because you're kind of putting the cart before the horse. I don't think insurance companies should be able to do that.
When I called you, were you aware that there were some consumer issues with the tests?
Not at all. Not at all, till you told me.
Brannon is already on disability, but Phillips wonders what she might be finding out and what she might be giving up if she takes these tests.
When you're taking these kinds of tests, you have to realize, if you look at it for entertainment value, just remember that there are some real life repercussions that could come, and you might not be getting as great of information as you think you are.
There are several other issues with these tests, including how accurate they are, what happens with the DNA sample you send in. We're going to dive into those issues in this story on WishTV.com.
And what are these big name companies like Ancestry, what do they have to say?
Yeah, we reached out to both Ancestry and 23andMe. They're kind of the two giants in this industry. They both said they have privacy policies that they do not give your information out to insurance companies. But the problem happens when people upload that information on their own to other websites.
Absolutely. All right, Steph.
Good to think about. Thanks,
Thank you.
Stephanie.